You're making great progress, Underlord. You'll be back to your old self in no time. Our next target is the citadel of the intransigent Dotard. Welcome to the breach, Underlord. This stronghold was built into this chasm to safekeep one of the Empire's inhibitors. With its trained garrison, it's virtually impervious to attack. Fortunately for you, their commander, Lord O'Theland, is a... I can think of no better time for you to learn how to build defenses for your dungeon. But to do this, you'll first need a foundry. Open the veins of evil and unlock it now. Build one now and your minions will be happy to create defenses for your dungeon. You have discovered a gateway. To plan your dungeon, why not use the prophecy spell to clear the fog of war and scout the surrounding terrain? Prophecy will temporarily remove the fog of war in a small area, allowing you to scout the map and spy on your enemies. A Chunder has entered your dungeon. You've discovered a perception shrine. You've claimed the perception shrine. If you're short on workers to do your bidding, cast the summon worker spell to create more. However, every worker after your first 5 will lock a portion of mana. If you end up with an excess of workers locking your mana pool, you may dismiss them by dropping them onto your dungeon core. It's all right. They won't feel a thing. You'll need an archive and cultists in order to research that artifact. Summon Worker will create an additional worker for you to command. Each worker summoned after the first 5 will lock 50 mana. Workers can only be summoned within your own territory. If you find yourself with an excess of workers, you can always drop them onto your dungeon core to dismiss them, releasing the locked mana. A Chunder has entered your dungeon. Attracted by the foundry, this gassy creature will joyfully launch the fetid content. Your minions' needs are not being met, Underlord. Build them the basic rooms they require. Blade Lotus unlocked. The tavern is an essential room for keeping your minions fed. As they increase in level, they will eventually rebel if there is no tavern to sate their hunger. Open the veins of evil and unlock the Blade Lotus. The Blade Lotus is a spinning flower of destruction that tears nearby enemies into shredded flesh as it pushes them away. To build defenses for your dungeon, your minions will work to craft defense parts within your foundry, which will then be ferried off by your workers to construct them.
So haben wir noch was, das wir bauen können.
Splendidly done, Underlord. But see how some of your mana has been locked away. These defenses require a small portion of your mana in order to function. You will regain this locked mana when the defense is destroyed or sold. Many of the defenses you build can be toggled between two distinct modes, each with their own effects. Toggle the Blade Lotus by clicking it now. The Blade Lotus can be dropped into a hidden mode, which allows enemies to unknowingly pass over it. The perfect trap for retreating foes. Now click the Blade Lotus again to reactivate it. When active, the Blade Lotus will carve your enemies down to size, unless you're fighting those stinking dwarves, who will end up pint-sized. Due to its small size, the Blade Lotus is most effective in tight corridors. For a bit more firepower and range, you should consider the Bombard. This defense will launch flaming iron balls at any foe that mistakenly wanders too close, swiftly turning their bodies into broken vessels of blooded mash. Select the Bombard and build it upon one of the flashing tiles to the east of your dungeon core. What's the opposite of quick-witted? I hope you've built the Bombard by the time you figure it out. Blade Lotus complete.
Alluring, isn't it?
Blade Lotus complete.
Stay still. Get hungry in here for some reason.
Blade Lotus complete. Let's hope your vault is brimming, Underlord. It is payday. The bombard can be placed into overdrive mode by clicking it, which will increase the speed at which it fires. However, each attack while in overdrive will damage the defense. Now that you have some offense, you should wall off your dungeon core to prevent your enemies from sneaking in and destroying it. Build a wooden door upon the flashing tile. The wooden door will slow the advance of your enemy for a short time. However, it can also be used to prevent your minions from wandering into haunted corridors or private baths. Bombard complete.
Das sollte reichen für das Level.
Bombard complete. The wooden door can be toggled open and closed with a click. While closed, no minions may pass through unless the door is opened, destroyed, or sold. You've caught on quick, Underlord. Now put your murderous new talents to work. There's no doubt that the insipid Lord will soon learn of your presence and send his troops forth to die by your hand. In the meantime, you should continue to build defenses to protect your dungeon, adding any additional rooms you desire to diversify your army and improve your chances of survival. Should you wish to speed up the construction of your defenses, you can pick up defense parts from your foundry and drop them directly onto blueprints. Your workers can be a mindless bunch and will continue to claim territory until you command them otherwise. Use impasse flags to limit their movement. Impasse has two modes. One to prevent your workers from claiming beyond the marked area, and another that will prevent them from traveling over the tiles completely. To dismiss an impasse flag, simply give it a slap. Or right-click the icon to dismiss all impasse flags at once. A gnarling has entered your dungeon. Bombard complete.
Ist doch super.